Hello, we're reporting from ACC 25 here in Chicago, and I have the honor of interviewing Dr. Jeffrey Geske, a cardiologist in Mayo Clinic. Thank you, Dr. Geske, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We feel the excitement of you joining us today, and I realized that a person just introduced himself and thanked you for your teachings for CV board, and I realized that we have a giant here joining us today in terms of medical education. So we have a question for you, and that question is, what are some of the advice that you have for trainees, medical students, residents, and fellows in terms of how they can become more involved in medical education?
It's a great question, and I feel like I've just come through this process myself. So I hope I can give advice that helps someone out there. But I think first off, it's all right to not be good at things to start. I will say that I remember some of the first talks I put together, medical talks, and they were pretty bad. And but then seeking feedback, I found a mentor, someone who really taught me a lot about medical education, Dr. Rick Nishimura, who kind of inspired me to get better at doing that sort of thing. And I think exposing yourself to different educators, sampling little bits and pieces, saying like, oh, I really like how you used an analogy for this, or I really like how you use slide animations, or I really liked your dumb humor. That's probably more my side of things. But sampling those and taking those and making them your own, and then just continuing to expose yourself, whether you're a medical student, whether you're a resident, whether you're a fellow, whether you're early career. If you're feeling like you want to be more involved in education, know that even if you don't see yourself as a strong educator, that there's a lot of different things that you can do to work on that. And I think it's great to find a mentor, someone like Dr. Nishimura was for me, who can guide you through, give you that feedback. I think it's humbling to watch yourself too. If you give a talk, to see yourself on screen and kind of critique yourself. I think it's wonderful to really incorporate the feedback of others. If you have someone that you respect, ask them to come and really give you the hard truths as far as what they see when you're presenting. Because I know I still have plenty of room to improve, but I know I can see the growth that's happened in me over time because of that feedback from mentors. And I would say maybe one final word of advice, that it is fantastic to come to some of these national conferences like we're here at ACC 25, because you can see people who have that same interest as you, whether it's in the poster sessions, the late breakers, all around, and you can make friends and colleagues who will grow with you along the way. And some of the friends that I made at that very first ACC FITsOnTheGo 13 years ago, I literally just bumped into one of them probably 5 minutes ago, and we shook hands and we laughed about that experience. But it's great to make those long-lasting connections.
Well, thank you for sharing with us all of those key takeaways and pieces of advice for trainees. You included honesty, mentorship, friendship. Thank you again, Dr. Geske, for joining us. It's an honor having this interview with you. And to our viewers for FITsOnTheGo, thank you for watching. And please follow us and visit our channel at youtube.com/FITsOnTheGo. Thank you.